I came across a question for a Power Query solution where a person has these three columns with dates and customers, and he wants to add a row number for the individual customer so that he can see, well, this is the first order from that customer, this is the second, and so on, and he wants this to be tied to the customer. I wanted to create my own solution without checking the solution that has been offered, just for fun, so that's what I'll be doing today. I simply copy pasted the data into the source step, and I'll keep this row number column to know what the end solution has to be. I first want to do a grouping based on the customer because I want the ranking to be based on the customer, and this is going to be easier. I want to grab not the count rows but all rows so that I effectively get a filtered version of the full table to be filtered to that individual customer one at a time. Now on the row with the A customer, I have access to all of their individual orders. And right now this date column hasn't been sorted, meaning if I were to sort this inner table based on the date column, I'd be able to use the add index column in order to find my solution. But in this situation with the B customer, they made two orders on the same day, and the asker wanted this to be rated as a 1, which means I can't use the index column because that will just be 1, 2, 3, and so on. I need to use another function, which is conveniently called add rank column, because this is then a ranking where it's specified that if you have the same date, then the ranking should be the same. And you're not doing that thing where you skip rank 2 because there are two rank 1s, and you can decide that for yourself what you want to do. If I were to add an index column, I'd want to sort the nested tables first based on the date column. That way I can ensure that the first dates show up at first, and then that solution would work. But again, I don't want that because I want orders on the same date to have the same rank. Which means all I actually have to do is I want to transform this inner table and add a new column to it using the add rank column function. So I want to do a transformation, and personally I like having Power Query give me this step and then I can alter it rather than writing it on my own. Unfortunately, I can't use these transform options on a column with a nested table, so I'll select the customer column and then I'll change the function after. I just want to use lowercase and then I'll change that. So I don't want to affect the customer column, I want to affect the all column, and my function isn't text lower. I want to, for each row of my outer table, that is the grouped rows table, I want to add a rank column to this inner table, which is then the underscore, because I'm iterating over the table, and I would like some line breaks to make it a bit easier to read. I want to affect the inner table, which is then the current value in the all column, and that new column should be called rank. And my comparison criteria is then a list itself, which is I want to rank based on the date column, and I want to do it in an order ascending so that the first order gets the first rank and the last order gets the last rank. And this isn't done, but I want to show the intermediary solution here. Right now this function works when I don't have multiple orders on the same day, but I do have that for the B customer. And this is where if you have an order on the same date, it will get the same rank, but then they'll skip the next rank, and I don't want that. And we can add that as an optional argument, which must be passed in as a record, which is that the rank kind should be equal to rank kind.dens, and then I can add some documentation. We now get the outcome we want. It means the only thing I still have to do is to remove this customer column, then I can expand the inner tables, and this leaves me with what I want. So the add rank column is a very convenient function for this exact thing. And lastly, just to show the documentation for the rank column function, it specifies here that the rank kind can be given, which is what we wanted, and it's showed here in the one example. So